Good, happy Sunday morning, December 22nd, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday morning, so let's begin. But first, we're going to begin with the weather. Mild temperatures continue today. Highs in the upper 30s today. Let's go to meteorologist Haley LaPointe with that weather video.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Here's an update on your forecast. Temperatures get milder today and into Monday. In fact, we may even make a run for 50 degrees on Monday in southern New Hampshire. Storm-free through Christmas. We have a long stretch here where we're dry. No threat for any wet weather, which is great for travel conditions. Snow and wintry mix arrives by later in the week. Looks like Friday would be our next chance of seeing storm system coming through, and this one doesn't look like it's exclusively snow. Some wintry mix possible as well. As far as what to expect through the day today, if you're doing some shopping or even going to family gatherings that are starting up, we'll have clouds passing through. We'll call it partly sunny skies. It'll be bright from time to time. There may be times where it's overcast and other times where you see the sunshine. Winds will be light out of the southwest, if not calm. And you see the temperatures approaching 40 degrees later this afternoon, especially from Concord and points to the south and east, in the 30s in places like Whitefield, Plymouth about 36 this afternoon. There is a chance of a few passing snow showers in the far northern reaches of the state. You can see, if I zoom out here, the radar picking up on some light snow and come back, and that'll likely just slide across northern Coos County this morning. But for the most part, it's just clouds there. And then there's some very heavy rain down in the southeastern part of the U.S., but this system stays away from us. However, if you do have plans to travel anywhere across the eastern half of the United States, could be a bumpy ride down into the southeastern U.S. if you're heading to, say, Florida or visiting family in the southeast. But in places like Chicago, Minneapolis, and toward Dallas, all good there. So shouldn't be any issues flying there. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast. So today we have some clouds, temperatures that will get a boost in the afternoon into the 30s and low 40s with very light winds and some sunshine from time to time along with passing clouds. For your Monday, maybe that's the day you're planning on doing some traveling. Here's 7 a.m. It's sunny, temperatures in the 20s. And by the afternoon, look at these temps. Some of us headed toward 50 degrees in the southern Merrimack Valley and elsewhere closer to 40, like in the North Country. Then it's on to the Christmas holiday. For Christmas Eve, we expect sunny skies up near 40 degrees, and then a little bit cooler and mostly cloudy on Christmas Day, but not expecting any snow, rain, or mix. Not until Friday, as temperatures get a little bit colder, back down closer to freezing on Friday. It looks like mainly afternoon and beyond on Friday, and there's a chance of some light snow north on Saturday.
Okay, and there you go on that weather video from meteorologist Haley LaPointe in warm temperatures, mild temperatures. Wow, that is good. Now let's get to your news. First up, families who lost children to suicide donate to homeless in their memory. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Landowners, It's time for special year-end savings from Mahindra, the world's #1.
Welcome back. An act of kindness in Manchester today in memory of 2 children who died by suicide. The donation drive is organized by the families of 11-year-old Skylar Damaris and 12-year-old Jack Eisenberg. Their families say both children took their lives after being bullied. The drive collected clothing, blankets, food, and water. It was all distributed to homeless people in downtown this morning.
I lost my granddaughter a year and a half ago to bullying, and her biggest thing was helping people. So each year we get together and we do a drive like this to help the homeless.
It's the least we can do, you know. It's in Sky's and Jack's memory, and it's something they both really would have liked to do and cared for, you know, just making people happy and making them feel safe and welcome no matter where they came from.
And what a great way to use their memory, too, for good. And that group, they plan on doing this drive every year now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manchester police investigating 8th armed robbery of month. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
Chapel Tractor has been in our family since 1955, when great-grandfather Pearlie and our grandfather George decided to sell.
12:30 Saturday morning, Manchester police received a 911 call reporting an armed robbery at this Hanover Street Shell gas station. The suspect, seen here in these surveillance photos, disguises his face with a sweatshirt and scarf while armed with a shotgun.
Demanded money from the clerk, demanded money from another person within the store, and fled the store on foot.
No one was hurt. Hours later, around 8 o'clock, a similar situation playing out at this Bank of New England on Elm Street.
A male entered the bank with a firearm, demanded money, and fled the bank.
Again, no injuries were reported. The suspect also covered his face. The 2 robberies are now the 7th and 8th to happen in the city in just 3 weeks.
All of the robberies are under investigation. Certainly we look at any possible connections that may exist between the robberies. We're currently using all available resources to address these robberies and bring them to resolution as quickly as possible.
In the meantime, investigators are asking anyone who may know something about these cases to call the department.
If anybody has any information or may have seen something, we certainly would welcome a call, and any information they can provide would be greatly appreciated.
And now the police department has increased business checks and patrols around convenience stores and other retailers here in the city. We're live here in Manchester. I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire Fish and Game. Man thrown from snowmobile suffers serious injuries. A man was hurt when he was thrown from his snowmobile in Dixville on Saturday. New Hampshire Fish and Game said it happened on the Quarter 18 snowmobile trail around 10 a.m. Officers said the rider, 53 of Salem, took a corner, failed to adjust, and hit a bump on the trail. He was airlifted to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Officers said he was wearing a helmet. Alcohol was not a factor. And, good safety reminder to remember to keep your speeds at a good, pace, and, make sure you're always paying attention. Police. Man drives wrong way, causes crash on I-89. Take a look at this photo of that man. This driver drove the wrong way on I-89 and caused a crash. Police arrested a man who is accused of driving the wrong way and causing a crash on Interstate 89 in Bow on Saturday. Police said Aaron McDonald, 44, of San Bernardino, drove south in the northbound lane between exits 1 and 2 around 4:30 a.m. Police said McDonald crashed into an oncoming car. No one was hurt. McDonald was charged with DUI and is due in court in January. Millions set to take to the air and roads on busy travel weekend before Christmas. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
More than 3 million passengers took to the skies Friday to start their getaways in what was the busiest air travel day this holiday. Airports across the country bracing for nearly as many this morning. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is at New York's LaGuardia Airport with a mad dash to those holiday destinations. Stephanie, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, it's pretty busy here at LaGuardia Airport. No crazy lines just yet, but plenty of people trying to make their flight. And already we've seen a number of cancellations and delays across the country. And the busy holiday travel season is just getting started, but it is only going to get busier. More than 40 million people are expected to travel between now and New Year's Day. Make sure you pack some patience, holiday spirit, and plan ahead for a record-breaking travel weekend. Check out this gridlock at LAX. Travelers jumping out of their rideshares early, opting to walk to their terminals.
Well, I ditched my Uber, and because they weren't moving, I was able to get my bag out of the trunk, and I just walked from the entrance ramp all the way here.
Long lines building up at some of the nation's busiest airports. Millions of people are expected to take to the skies, rails, and roads this holiday season. TSA says nearly 42 million passengers will travel through security screening checkpoints nationwide through the holidays.
You just need to have just a little bit more time built in so you're not as anxious as you might be if it's a last-minute adventure.
According to AAA, more than 100 million people are expected to hit the roads as gas prices are expected to drop before the new year. The worst traffic day is expected to be the day after Christmas, but tomorrow will be the busiest day for flyers trying to get home before the holiday.
Our flights will be about 85 to 90% full during this holiday travel.
And look, I know you've heard this before. Be here early, 2 hours early for a domestic flight, 3 hours early for an international flight. Follow that advice. There are also plenty of apps out there that can help you, remind you to leave where you are in order to make your flight on time. You don't want to be that person racing to the gate, crying baby in one hand, carry-on the other. Trust me, it's not fun. Be here early. Back over to you.
Advice, Stephanie. Yeah, and definitely pack your patience.
Okay, and there you go. Very good advice there. Pack your patience if you're traveling. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Have a great Sunday, everyone. I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.